This is the DJI Neo, DJI's beginner-friendly drone, and this is my wife, Lea, who knows nothing about flying drones and just crashed the DJI Neo.
Is he gonna hit that?
It's been a while since we last owned a drone. In fact, this was our last one. This is the DJI Spark and it was released sometime in 2017. But hey, it's almost 2025 and DJI certainly has better and more affordable drones for people who wanna test out flying like me.
So like I said, this is the DJI Neo, which features 4K recording at 30 frames per second, and it has several quick shot modes and a follow mode, meaning you don't even need a remote control to fly this thing, making it extremely beginner friendly. And here are 3 reasons why my wife loves this drone so much.
What I like about the Neo is its size. It's fun size, like me. It fits the palm of my hand, so when I tried the palm takeoff and landing, it felt secure.
It's also very important to note that this only weighs 135 grams with a battery, so generally you won't have to register this while traveling, but let's be responsible and make sure to check drone regulations in the countries you plan to visit so you don't spoil the fun for other people.
I also appreciate that it has propeller guards for the safety of the drone because we did crash it earlier. And for user safety, so you don't end up hurting your fingers during takeoff and landing. I was also surprised that despite it being windy when we flew it out today, it was more stable than I expected. I mean, we didn't fly it too high, there were restrictions in our area, but still, it wasn't shaky.
Again, I can't stress this enough. Let's be responsible drone owners. It was breezy at best when we flew this, and we only took it up to a maximum of 10 meters.
The second thing that I like about the DJI Neo is the fact that it's so user-friendly. But I have to give myself some credit. I mastered it so quickly.
You only pressed one button.
Exactly, and I mastered that button.
And like I said earlier, you don't even need the remote control to fly the DJI Neo because it has built-in QuickShots to get a variety of clips. This button here is used to select the various modes like follow, droney, circle, rocket, spotlight, and there's even a custom one. And when you selected the mode that you want to use, you just press and hold the same button. There's going to be a voice prompt, and then you just watch the Neo do its thing, like this.
Spotlight. 3, 2, 1.
Probably noisy.
The most useful mode for me is follow mode because it's like having your own personal cameraman. The tracking was fast and accurate, but you can get really creative with the other modes too. For example, I can see people showing off their fits using circle mode. Rocket can be used for beach shots. The droney can be used for nice reveal shots of the place you're staying at. The app was also easy to understand, as in you look at it and you immediately know how it works. We were able to customize the height and distance of the quick shot, so if you want the droney to go farther, it can go as far as 10 meters. You can limit the diameter of circle mode, the height when using rocket, and if it will rotate or not.
And just a reminder to use those quick shot modes in well-lit environments so the drone can track you, because I don't even know what happens if it can't, so better safe than sorry. Also, the Neo only has sensors on the bottom, so it can't detect obstacles, so you have to make sure that it doesn't run into anything and, more importantly, into anyone. The app will also show you if you're in a no-fly zone, but I also like the fact that it shows you places that you can possibly fly the drone, and I think these are added by other pilots, which I think is pretty cool.
Lastly was the footage. I wouldn't say that it's mind-blowingly good, but given the price, the size of the Neo, and how easy it was to get the shots, I was super happy with the output.
For the price of the Neo, I think the image quality of the videos are solid. And I don't think it would be fair to compare this to its bigger brothers like the DJI Mini 4, but being able to add drone shots to vlogs at this price point, I really can't complain.
If there's one thing I wish it had, it's more sensors because, again, beginner, so I feel safer flying the drone with more of it.
If there's one thing I wish the Neo had, and I am nitpicking here, is a bag to carry everything around. For context, we have the Fly More combo that has the drone, the remote control, 2 extra batteries, and a charger, plus the documents and propeller replacements. And I've gotten spoiled by DJI because their stuff usually includes a carrying case like this one for the Pocket 3 or even this little pouch for the DJI Mic Mini. Anyway, the price of the DJI Neo is currently at $10,799 for the standard package. That includes the drone itself, one battery, and propeller replacements. But if you want the Fly More combo like I discussed earlier, that comes out to 18,990 pesos, which isn't bad at all when you compare it to the Spark when it was released in 2017, because that was closer to 40,000 pesos. So for me, it's crazy to see how far drone tech has come and how affordable they've become. I do recommend getting the Neo if you are a beginner. It's a good starting point to see if you will use drones for content before committing to something more expensive. We'll update you guys more as we continue to use the DJI Neo. We haven't really had the chance to take it out on trips and stretch its legs because it's been raining here over the holidays. But I'm curious to know, is it something you would buy? Is it an add to cart situation? But that's pretty much it for myself and for Lea. My name is Tito James. Peace, God bless, and Happy New Year, guys.